Everyone, it's me, Lamont Smith. Most of you people know me as the Horror Miser G. I review horror movies, do horror movie recaps. I also do horror discussions, and I also participate in the Facebook Killer Flicks group. But most people who don't know me as Lamont Smith, I'm making this quite a nice video for my lovely wife, Kelly C Toomer Smith, as we are celebrating our 20th wedding anniversary this Wednesday. Well, actually, Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, right? Yeah, today's Wednesday. Yeah. 20 years ago, she and I decided to get married. Actually, she chose me. Always remember, gentlemen, that the woman chooses you. You don't choose her, they choose you. They're the ones they say yes. When you propose to them, I proposed to her, she said yes. And 20 years ago, we got married. And this is a thank you video for her, my lovely wife, Kelly C Toomer. So I'm pretty sure you're probably wondering about how did we meet. Well, I'm going to tell you how we met. After a very disastrous New Year's Eve back in 1994, I think after a week later, I told my boys, you know what, fuck it. I'm just going to do something that I've never done before, and I'm going to put an ad in the personals and see if I can meet somebody. Now, you do have to remember, people, this was back in 1995. There was no such thing as dating. There was no such thing as dating websites like eHarmony or Match.com. There was no social media back then in 1995. Hey, Facebook wasn't even Facebook back then, and I don't even talk about it. I don't even think BlackPlanet.com was even available. So we had to do what we had to do back then in 1995, and that's put an ad in the personals. You know those personals. Men seeking women, women seeking men. Hey, even had men seeking men and women seeking women. You know, you put the ad and you pay the amount of money. You put a nice ad in the personals, and you went on ahead and see what happens. And that's what I did. I put an ad in the personals. It only cost me like around $5 to get it up in the Daily News, and I went on ahead and did it. Yeah, that's right. I put an ad in the personals because I got tired of all the stupid chicken head, nut head girls that I was meeting at the time. That's right, they were girls, and I just had it. I just said, you know, if I can't meet anybody off of the personal ad, then hey, look, I guess I'm just going to be a bachelor for the rest of my life. So I think after a week after I put the ad in the paper, I wound up getting 3 responses. Now, the first one, we never met. We were both too busy. I was working 2 jobs at a time, and I don't know what she was doing. The other girl I did meet, which is kind of funny, she had a son. And of course, I don't know, I have a son at the time too. He was about 8 or 9 at the time, maybe even 7 at the time. And we got together a couple of times. But the third date, we were supposed to go to Olive Garden. Unfortunately, I had an emergency and I had to get my son. And when I told her that, she kind of got mad and pissed off. So I had to give her the field goal kick. You know, you kick a field. You know, when the field goal kick the figure, when they, excuse me, when the field goal kicks a field goal, that's what we do. We said, get out of here. So I had to give her the field goal kick. But Kelly was the first girl that I responded to my personal ad. And I think after 3 weeks, we got to know each other for about 3 weeks, talking back and forth on the phone. And then after 3 weeks later, we finally went on our first date. Now, of course, being the horror fan that I am, I took her to go see Tales from the Crypt Demon Night. Yeah, I took her to go see a horror movie. Now, keep in mind, she's not into horror like I am, so I took her to go see Tales from the Crypt Demon Night, and we had a pretty good time, even though she didn't like horror movies at the time. Of course, I was very nervous. I didn't want to screw up the first date. I've been talking with this woman for the past 3 weeks. She seemed very sure of herself. She was very, she seemed very sure of herself. She was highly intelligent. Very attractive when we first met, and she's very sure of herself. She wanted none of the stupid chicken head girls that I was dealing with at the time, and so we had a pretty nice time on the first date. Excuse me. Excuse me. So of course later on, I found out that she had told her girlfriend after the first date she thought I was a nerd. She said that this guy wears glasses. He elbowed me in the head with his elbow. Obviously, he was a bit nervous, but he seems like a nice guy. But he's a nerd. I don't know if I want to see him or not. But her girlfriend convinced him that, hey, look, he's a nice guy. Give him a second chance. So she eventually gave me a second chance. So eventually, everything went well. We started dating even more. We eventually fell in love with each other. Well, I fell in love with her first. It took a while for her to fall in love with me. We dated for about a year and a half before I popped the question. Of course, she said yes. And a year and a half later, we had a long engagement. That was by her design because she wanted to get to know me, and I wanted to get to know her. And so on was it September 20th of 1997, 20 years ago today, we got married. Now, as you're looking through the pictures, you can see that Kelly and I have a very good relationship. We always communicate with each other. We're always talking with each other. Uh, we also are individual selves. You know, we didn't change each other, but she did make me a better man, which I'll explain later on. But she has become the second most important woman in my life, other than my mommy. But yeah, so the video will also include pictures of how we do our dating phase and, of course, our wedding. So, what's been going on for these past 20 years that we have been together? Well, obviously, a lot has happened, and 20 years might seem a long time for some people, but to us, it's been bliss. It's been happy. It's been great. I've never been happier before in my life. Let's see, to get started, basically, after we got married, of course, we went on our honeymoon and came back. And at the time, she was working for Bellegland Verizon, and I was doing this little telemarketing job at Spectrum. But she did ask me one day, what do you want to make of your life? I said, well, I want to go back to school. I want to go to college and learn computers. So she said, what's stopping you? Well, I said, well, I can't afford it. She said, what's stopping you? And then they didn't caught me. It took me a while to catch on, but she was willing to pay for me to go back to college. So eventually, that's what I did. I went back to college, and she said, "Well, he must be really serious." I went on ahead, went back to college. I enrolled back into community college, got back into computers, and I just kicked the living shot of it. I got A's for the summer session one, summer session two, got A's and all that. And Kelly was very impressed. She said, look, this guy's not playing, he's really doing it. He was very impressed by that. And thanks to her, I was able to go back to school, and I got my associate's degree in community college, and of course computers. And she also got her associate's degree, and we both actually graduated at the same time. I will show pictures of that, about us graduating from community college as well. Along with going to college, we also went on a lot of trips. We went to Virginia Beach. That was before we got married. For our 10th year anniversary, we actually went to Hawaii, which was something, the ultimate goal of hers. Also, thanks to my lovely wife Kelly, I was able to take my son and her niece and nephew Courtney Candace to Walt Disney World and Universal, which was an ultimate fan of mine. Never thought I had the chance to do that, but she made that happen for me, and we had a great time there. And we actually went again in the year 2000. So, like I said, she's really done a lot for me, and she helped raise my son, and she helped take care of my mommy. God rest her soul. So after graduating from community college and taking, I wound up actually getting a scholarship because I did so well. And she said, well, why stop there? You got your associates, why not get your bachelor's? I says, well, I don't know if I want to get my bachelor's degree. I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. She says, I have faith in you, Lamont. Go ahead and get it. So you know what? I enrolled into Pierce College, and I went and got my bachelor's degree. I got that in 2015. Took me 5 years to get it. But thanks to her, now keep in mind, she helped me not only with my associate's degree, because even though I have a very vivid imagination, my writing sometimes sucks because I'm thinking what I'm writing, but I can't write it well. And so I had to proofread all my English papers. So I wound up getting great grades my English composition papers, especially my term papers from community and for Pierce College. So she really helped me get those A's or B's I got. Probably A's or B's. I forget what I got. And I really appreciate her for helping me get through that. And also, I had to take a statistics class in Pierce College, and that was very difficult for me to do. And she helped me through that as well. So I went on ahead and got my bachelor's degree. I'll take a picture of that so you can see it. But yeah, I did get my bachelor's degree. I was perhaps one of the most crowning achievements of my life is getting that degree. I was so proud of myself and I was so happy for her. I invited my father and his wife and her sister came, and they really had a great time, and they were very proud of me. And I'm pretty sure that my mommy was staring at me and having and saying, "Wow, look at my baby Huey. He really did it. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud that that Kelly helped him through it." And probably one of the biggest achievements of my life is getting that bachelor's degree. And of course, I have no one else to thank but my lovely wife Kelly for helping me achieve that goal. So not only did I get my bachelor's degree, I went to, we went to Hawaii. I get my bachelor's degree, my associate's degree, my bachelor's degree, and also we've been cruising for the past so many years. We've been to almost every island in the Caribbean. Thanks to her, my sister-in-law Jill, we'll be able to do all that. So we basically done a lot of good things in the 20 years that we've been married. And that's why I really love the hell out of this woman, because she accepts me for who I am. She didn't try to change me. She actually made me a better man. So in closing, my lovely wife Kelly C Toomer Smith, I want to thank you for making me the man that I am. You make me even a better man than I was when we first got married. My mommy helped raise me to be the man that I am, and you make me become an even better man. So I want to thank you for a great and excellent 20 years. I will always love you till the day I die, and I'm looking forward for the next 20 years, because I ain't going anywhere. I'm staying right here, because you don't mess around and you don't mess with someone that has treated you well and treated your family well, raised your son and took care of your mother, and really does anything that she does. And she always supports me. She actually supports this channel that I have, and which is really growing. I really appreciate all the people that subscribe. So that's one of the reasons why I'm making this video, because I want everyone to know what a fantastic job that my wife has done for me and how much I love her. And I want everyone to know that I will always love Kelly C Toomer Smith until the day I die. So once again, my love, I thank you once again for 20 fantastic years, and I'm looking forward for another fantastic 20 years. Like I said, I'm not going anywhere. I will always love you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and hope everyone else enjoyed this video as well. Once again, my name is Lamont Smith. I want to thank everyone. If you like this video, please like and also still subscribe to my channel. And again, my lovely wife Kelly C Toomer Smith, I will always love you. Peace, and I'm out.